Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This time I will do some explanations to the mind maps that I believe to be the highlights of my international finance course in IPMI International Business School. As you guys can see here, I have divided my mind maps titled International Finance Highlights into 11 main materials that I learned from the course. Firstly, I will talk about 6 sources of corporate value. Tangible and intangible assets are the two types of corporate value sources. Tangible assets consist of physical assets and financial assets, whereas intangible assets consist of employee and supplier assets, customer assets, organization assets, and reputational assets. Secondly, the principal agent problem is a conflict in priorities between a person or group and the representative authorized to act on their behalf. An agent may act in a way that is contrary to the best interest of the principal. Thirdly, asymmetric information. In this case, adverse selections and moral hazards are the key points. Adverse selections occurs when there is a lack of symmetric information prior to a deal between a buyer and a seller. Furthermore, moral hazard is the risk that one party has not entered into the contract in good faith or has provided false details about its assets, liabilities, or credit capacity. Fourthly, international risk exposure. The three main points of international risk exposures are exchange rate movement, foreign economies, and political risk. Fifthly, foreign exchange market and transactions. It allows currencies to be exchanged in order to facilitate international trade or financial transaction. Sixthly, international arbitrage. This matter include locational arbitrage, triangular arbitrage, and covered interest arbitrage. Moreover, purchasing power parity and international Fisher effect, the PPP theory suggests that exchange rate movement are caused by inflation rate differentials. In contrary, the IFE suggests that currencies with higher interest rates will depreciate because the higher nominal rates reflect higher expected inflation. In addition, forecasting exchange rate consists of several types, including technical forecasting, which involves the use of historical data to predict future values. Fundamental forecasting, which is based on the fundamental relationships between economic variable and exchange rate. Market-based forecasting, which involves developing forecasts from market indicator. And also mixed forecasting that refers to the use of a combination of forecasting techniques. An evaluation of a forecast performance is significant for a multinational company to determine whether its forecasting procedure is satisfactory. Lastly, currency risk exposure, commonly referred to as exchange rate risk, arises from the change in price of one currency in relation to another. Transaction exposure, economic exposure, and translation exposure are the three types of exposures. Transaction exposure is the risk that currency fluctuations will change the value of the money in which a deal is conducted. In the other hand, translation exposure is the risk that currency fluctuations will change the value of the underlying goods and services around which a deal is conducted. Finally, economic exposure, measures the degree to which a firm's expected cash flows are affected by unexpected changes in exchange rates. This is the end of my video. I hope it will be useful for you guys. Thank you very much.